wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. TNA 2006 is Samoa Joe!
Let's face it, Kurt Angle's come and gone.
We have our sights set on the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
And tonight, I am Mr. TNA.
Wait a minute, Kurt Angle!
Looks like I found your other trophy backstage. You either give me a rematch, or I'll break your ankle right here, right now. Kurt, let him go. This is our problem. You gave me no choice, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. This wasn't personal. Actually, it is personal.
Wait a minute! He's going right back after the angle! Oh my God, it looks like he just broke it!
Last week, things got personal. Tonight, they will get violent.
Cornette!
How?
I want Angle! I want Angle tonight!
Joe, you've got to wait till final resolution. You don't have a choice. Kurt's got a match tonight.
Kurt's got a match tonight?
No, hey, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. Don't go there. People have gotten hurt, Joe. TNA is liable. I can't have this. I know how you feel, but I got to ask you to leave the building. I don't want you anywhere around when Kurt Angle gets in that ring
You want
tonight.
me to leave the building?
Just to save...
You want me to leave the building?
Just to save people from getting hurt.
Getting hurt? Corny, I'm not here to hurt TNA. I'm not even here to hurt you. I'm here to hurt Kurt. He started something, and I'm gonna finish it.
Happy New Year, everyone from TNA! We're back on pay-per-view, Sunday, January the 14th in Final Resolution. Get ready for the rubber match. Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle, plus Abyss versus Sting versus Christian Cage. It's a three-way elimination matchup for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. But first, tonight on Spike TV, it's Lucha Callejera.
It's a Mexican street fight! Homicide against Brother Rock! But let's not forget, it will be Christian Cage against the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle!
And hello once again, everyone, from ringside, Mike Tenay and Don West. In this Impact broadcast, TNA Management's Jim Cornette, a very important stipulation that he is going to add to the NWA World Heavyweight title match at Final Resolution involving Sting, Christian Cage, and the Monster Abyss.
And Mike, after this opening match that we have right here, our very own Jimmy Boras is going to attempt to get comments from Samoa Joe before he leaves the building.
What do you say we kick off Thursday Night Impact with Robert Roode?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening contest on TNA's Thursday Night Impact, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Ms. Brooks from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York. He is Robert Roode.
It was last month at our Turning Point pay-per-view when the CEO, and there you see her on the left, and by the way, CEO stands for Chief Executive Offender of Roode Enterprises, Ms. Brooks, which I was going to talk about losing the bikini contest to Eric Young, but there we just see Robert Roode sending Ms. Brooks to the back. I mean, Don, I remember last week on Impact, there was a meeting between Eric Young and Ms. Brooks in the men's room.
Well, and at the end of it, Eric Young looked shocked with all the lipstick all over his face, but he didn't look like he was disappointed, if you know what I mean.
And his opponent from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine,
And here comes the War Machine from the Motor City headed to the ring, and I think Rhino has learned an important life lesson when it comes to the recent exchanges with the phenomenal AJ Styles, and that life lesson is not everybody wants your help.
Well, that's exactly right, and I think he was just didn't want to see AJ Styles go down the path that, of course, him and his former friend Christian Cage did. But with AJ Styles right now, he's on his own agenda, and it has turned into a war between these two. And, of course, at Final Resolution, it will be Rhino and the phenomenal AJ Styles in a last man standing match. And when you think about it, Mike, what a better way for these two to get it on.
You're right. Let's settle it once and for all between them. You know, you can't really blame Rhino. He tried to counsel AJ Styles. He tried to assist him through those tough times that you talked about. AJ shocked us all. The lack of patience that he had towards Rhino. And I think the physical attacks as well. It all goes down January the 14th at Final Resolution. Let's settle it. Last man standing rules.
And let's not forget a turning point when AJ Styles feigned the ankle injury. And I mean, you and I thought he was severely hurt. The crowd was actually telling him thank you for his service. He had everybody fooled. Rhino stopped what he was doing. Then AJ came in and pinned him. It was embarrassing to Rhino. Don't expect to see that happen again. I can promise you that. Rhino won't trust anything that AJ does.
You know, since that Turning Point pay-per-view when Ms. Brooks lost the bikini contest to Eric Young, Robert Roode has insisted that Ms. Brooks use her powers of persuasion, shall we say, to recruit Eric Young and bring him over to their side, to bring EY to Roode Enterprises.
Well, I'm wondering, too, we saw Robert Roode at the beginning when he came out of the tunnel, looked at his watch, sent Miss Brooks back to the back, and obviously, I believe, that's got to have something to do with the Eric Young situation. And again, whatever she's doing, it looks like her powers of persuasion were working on Eric Young last week, because I believe the last thing he said was, I think I'm out of control, but I think I like it.
You know, Roode figures if you can't beat him, join him. Close the deal with Eric Young. It's like Robert Roode thinks that he's going to get the rub from the popularity of Eric Young and all of a sudden become an instant fan favorite here in TNA, but I'm not sure that things are quite that simple.
Well, the strength of a good businessman is to surround himself with good people, and that's exactly what Robert Roode is thinking. Now you look at Rhino, look at these guys. I mean, this shows you the size of a Robert Roode because, I mean, let's face it, Rhino's an imposing figure, and Robert Roode can stand there with him toe-to-toe, and it doesn't look to be physically dominated by Rhino, but we see right there the nice shoulder block by Rhino, the damage that the War Machine can do.
Interesting comments from Samoa Joe at the top of this Impact broadcast. Very personal situation between he and Kurt Angle. We saw last week on Impact during the year-end awards, the attack, and wait a minute, here comes Ms. Brooks down the ramp. Oh, where's she been?
Well, look at her hair. It was up when she left. Now it's out. It looks a little disheveled, and she's trying to distract the War Machine, and the War Machine goes right at it, then ducks, and he gets Robert Roode right where he wants him, and he pins him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner,
Well, Robert Roode put on the brakes. Didn't have contact with Ms. Brooks, but that enabled Rhino to roll him up, and yes, the War Machine gets the 3 count, and oh, we've seen this before. He's not going to be happy.
Well, Miss Brooks had good intentions, but with somebody with the experience of Rhino, oh, you could see him. Robert Roode just giving her the 1-4, and he's telling her to get out of here, to get out of his sight.
Remember the ultimatum. Oh, here comes AJ from behind. Going to talk about the ultimatum that Ms. Brooks brings Eric Young to Roode Enterprises or she's out. And then AJ Styles with another sneak attack on Rhino.
Well, and it was perfectly timed as Rhino was looking back. I think he was even distracted by what was going on with Ms. Brooks and Robert Roode, and that's exactly what AJ Styles wanted. But look at this. Rhino shows his strength. Just gets him in a bear hug and just tosses him to the mat.
Oh, you're right. He just powered Styles right down to the canvas. He's going to set up for you know what?
Oh, he wants to hit him with the score. But look at this. Robert Roode comes in, actually helps AJ Styles right there, and then he starts putting the boots to the War Machine, and he's calling for AJ to do the same.
Oh, now Roode and Styles with the double team, as you're right, Don. They both put the boots to the War Machine. Rhino with Roode telling Styles to finish him off? What's this all about?
Well,
no way.
Look at this.
Styles climb.
Styles climbs. He hits it. Nails Rhino right in the face on the mat. And AJ Styles is cocky right now.
January 14th in Final Resolution. AJ Styles Rhino. Last man standing to JB. Standing outside the office of Jim Cornette.
Jeremy Borash outside of Jim Cornette's office, still waiting word. His comments on the 3-way title situation at Final Resolution. Now,
Jeremy, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
yeah.
All right, look, man, I got this big problem. A friend of mine, he's got a problem. He needs our help. Okay, he's got the situation with his girl, and she's really putting the pressure on, man. She's putting the screws to him.
Pressure to do what, Eric?
You know. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We talking about Miss Brooks here?
No. I'm not talking about anybody in specific. I'm just saying this guy that you don't know, he's got a problem. Look, it's kind of pathetic. He's not really skilled in these kind of things. You know, he needs our help. You're the love doctor.
Is this friend of yours a virgin, Eric?
No, he's from Kansas.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think that's...
Eric. Hi, Eric. Eric, look at me. Eric, you look nice tonight. Eric, did you happen to get what I asked you to get? You didn't, did you? I can tell by the look on your face. You know what? I'm going to give you to the end of next week, but if you don't, you're fired.
My friend's in a real pickle now. Speaking of pickles, you got a couple bucks?
Still to come, Christian Cage versus Kurt Angle. But up next, Samoa Joe speaks out on Angle's actions last week on Impact.
I'm in Samoa Joe's locker room. Obviously, some big problems remain with Kurt Angle. Jim Cornette, though, has asked you to leave the building tonight. You're still here.
Angle! For 4 weeks, you tried to get my attention. And last week, you did. You see, Angle, between me and you, it was always about who was best. But like a coward, when you couldn't accept the fact of who was best, you went after somebody close to me. Angle! They say that final resolution is 10 days away. That is an eternity for me to wait to get my hands on you. They said tonight I had to leave the building. Well, Angle, I will. But just know I'll do it after my job is done.
911 operator, what's your emergency? Help me very much!
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring, BT James, Kip James, the Voodoo Kid Mafia!
Wow, the attack on Samoa Joe's girlfriend by Kurt Angle has turned a very competitive situation into a very personal grudge rubber match. January 14th at Final Resolution, and here come the Voodoo Kin Mafia. And quite honestly, what more does VKM need to do to get the attention of VKM? Last month at our Turning Point pay-per-view, BG, Kip James, the Voodoo Kin Mafia, they issued the $1 Million Challenge. $1 million. Winner takes all. We're still waiting.
Do this.
No. I'm not letting you do this. I don't trust you on the mic.
You don't trust me. Last month at the pay-per-view, you and your little potty mouth.
You told me you wouldn't bring that up again.
Well, I did. So let me do this.
I don't trust you. I've taken my Zoloft, and everything's going to be all right. Let me make my point. Step back right over there. Step back right over there. Now then, Vincent K. McMahon, it's been 4 weeks. 4 weeks and no response from you yet. Not a yes, not a no, not a text message, not a fax. Hell, not even a fancy skywriting note saying yes or no over TNA towers.
Mike, I gotta know, what's the deal with these outfits?
Now then, Vince, everybody knows that you cannot solve a problem by simply ignoring it. You see, the longer you ignore it, the bigger the problem becomes.
You know what my problem is? Me and not let me talk to the microphone.
No, look at this. Kip James getting right in BG's face with that bullhorn.
Hey, is that a bullhorn or a blowhorn?
No, this has nothing to do with Ms. Brooks. It's VKM, the Voodoo Kin Mafia. Turn that off. What the hell is going on here?
Well, I can say this, Mike. One thing I never expected to see as the crowd shows their appreciation is two guys in sombreros and ponchos fighting over a
Let me
blowhorn.
regain my composure.
It's bullhorn.
And let me reiterate the challenge. You see, at the end of this rainbow lies a pot full of $1 million for your boys' takings. You see, all you got to do is step up to the plate and prove to us and the rest of the world that you are the men that you claim to be.
Well, the challenge is set again, Mike. $1 million.
You see, apparently, Operation WWE Live Event was not a complete success. However, it was not a complete failure either.
because we got your attention, didn't we, Paul Levesque? Yeah, we got your attention, but all we got from you was a fruity smile and a funny little hand wave. Well, you see, that wasn't the answer we were looking for. That wasn't what we wanted to hear. But one thing it did tell us is that now it's time for us to step our game up a notch.
Step it up a notch. Now what does VKM have in store for VKM?
So now then, we turn our attention to you, Michael Hickenbottom. You see, we know you're working on a light schedule. We know you ain't taking every booking that comes your way. So chances are, on any given Wednesday, you're probably just kicking it in San Antone. Am I right?
It's Hickenbottom's hometown, San Antonio, Texas.
Well, not this Wednesday. Because you egg-sucking dog, this is where we call you out. You see, this Wednesday, we bring it to your backyard. San Antonio, Texas. Wednesday at the Alamo at high noon. Hickenbottom, if you got them, you bring them and try to collect that $1 million. You see, we'll be there and we won't be hard to find. We'll be the idiots wearing sombreros and ponchos.
Well, they stick out like a sore thumb, that's for sure.
And they bring a bullhorn.
So Hickenbottom, if you got them, you come to the Alamo at high noon, boy, because we're calling you out. If you got them, Hickenbottom, you meet us at the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas, Wednesday at high noon. And Impact Zone, on Thursday, we will have the footage to show you just exactly what happened.
Oh, the showdown next Wednesday at high noon at the Alamo. I can't wait till Thursday at Impact to find out what goes down in San Antonio.
This is ridiculous.
It's not,
I thought this was serious.
Guys, this is serious. This is musical chairs.
I don't even see a radio or music or...
Radio? Who needs radio? Ready, Kev?
Amazing grace, how sweet.
Time out. Why that song? Huh? Why do you have to sing that?
What's wrong with that song, Cracker? Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me. Swing low, sweet chariot. Easy, grasshopper. Oh! It looks like he lost.
Hey, set sheep! Get out of here!
Nicely played. Small captain margin. Good effort. Good effort.
Get off me! Get off me! Get off me!
Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Join me, guys. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush.
Yeah! Wow!
Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Adrenaline
Will you
rush.
stop this?
Yeah! Gentlemen, Austin Stars the winner. As in all segments, you may feel free to kiss the winner.
I think I've proven I can lose gracefully.
Still to come, Kurt Angle versus Christian Cage in the main event, and some shocking footage from James Mitchell and the Monster Abyss.
Earlier today, Jeremy Borash had the opportunity to talk with Gail Kim. Let's hear Gail's take on the problems with America's Most Wanted.
Gail Kim, you've been right by the side of America's Most Wanted for a year and a half. Yep. Certainly it came to a head at Turning Point. What's that been like over the last 5 months?
It's been a roller coaster of emotions. When these problems started 5 months ago, we just dealt with them like a team, as a family, and we thought that all our troubles were behind us. And then 3 weeks ago, when Storm did that to Chris, I have no explanation.
America's Most Wanted has been the most decorated tag team in TNA wrestling history. For you now, as their manager, what's that been like to see that completely dissolve, to see that completely go by the wayside?
Go ahead. Keep on what you're doing. I'm just here for the view. Get cozy in here. Listen to you talk behind my back.
I'm not talking behind your back.
Is that what you call it?
What is wrong with you, Storm?
What's wrong
What
with
has
me?
gotten into you lately? Can you please? I'm trying to explain to Jeremy what happened. Yes.
Let me explain something to you. Look around, Gail. TNA don't have a women's division. And the only two females I see around here is you and Hermit.
Well, thank you.
What's
What'd you
happening
say?
with you?
You shut your mouth before you get a beer bottle upside your face, all right?
Just listening. Just listen to what you're saying.
Wait a minute.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Let me tell you something. You were brought in by me. There is no women's division here. Okay, what are you gonna do? Go back to Walmart? Go back to Taco Bell? Go back to your uncle's Golden Walk? Flip rice patties? You got 7 days.
I haven't discussed anything
My
with
patience.
Chris.
Discuss? Chris ain't coming back. 7 days, Gail. My patience is running thin with you, just like it did with him.
James Storm has given Gail Kim 1 week to make a decision. Is it going to be Storm or is it going to be Chris Harris?
Well, according to Storm, there really is no decision to make because he said Chris Harris isn't coming back.
Here's one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Homicide!
Get ready. This is a no disqualification street fight. Lucha, Kaye-Hara, and one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Homicide, attack. Oh, before we can even get the announcement of his opponent, Brother Runt.
I mean, out of nowhere, we didn't even see it as kind of the introductions were going on. Brother Runt blindsided Homicide, kind of a taste of Homicide's own medicine, as we've seen him do that so many times. They've started the bell. The Mexican street fight is on, and look at Brother Runt right off the top on the Homicide.
Think of all the bad blood done in recent weeks between both Team 3D and, of course, Brother Runt and the Latin American Exchange, even to the point where you'll recall where LAX took out Brother Runt in the Santa Claus outfit, and Homicide goes face first right into the steel post. He had that steel chair wrapped around his head.
And as you see Brother Runt using anything that's not nailed down, I think of that visual last week when we saw Team 3D use Brother Runt and powerbomb him on top of Homicide in the table. What a visual that was.
Man, back body drop on the entrance ramp. Bad landing for Brother Runt, and Homicide headed over to the side of the impact zone to bring a ladder into play.
When you think of these two, Mike, what a better match. Is there a better match to have here than a Mexican street fight? I mean, these guys are known for using anything. Shot to the head while he was stuck to the ladder.
My God, his head exposed. Just no way for Brother Runt to fight back, and he got hit right in the top of the head with that steel chair by Homicide. Don, I have just received word that the Latin American Exchange has accepted the challenge that was issued by Team 3D. Last week here on Impact, the NWA World Tag Team titles, they're going to be on the line. January 14th at Final Resolution, LAX 3D.
Well, who doesn't look forward to that matchup? The most decorated tag team in wrestling history against one of the most vicious, and you gotta admit, one of the most cohesive and best tag teams in TNA history in LAX. Team 3D LAX Final Resolution. It's gonna be a war.
Shot off into the ropes. Brother Runt gonna go for the acid drop here out of the corner, and he connects.
Oh, just using those. Oh, look at the side of Brother Runt's head. It had to come from that chair shot when he was stuck through the ladder like that. It's amazing.
Wait a minute. You're right. He was defenseless when he got hit in the head. Conan up to distract the referee, Earl Hebner. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Hernandez in.
No.
You know what this is going to be?
Oh, my gosh. All the way through the air, into the ladder. Now Homicide's got him pinned.
And there's the 3 count, and yes, Homicide wins the Lucha Kaye-Hara, the no disqualification street fight over Brother Runt. But thanks to the distraction of Conan and the border toss from Hernandez, back first onto the ladder.
Well, that's what Team 3D is going to have to look out for at Final Resolution. These guys will do anything at any place at any time, and now look at this. Conan instructing us.
You know what this is?
Go kill it.
Look out.
Oh, here comes Team 3D.
Wow, just in the nick of time. Brother Ray. Oh, Brother Devon hit the ring. Look out for that ladder that just went flying by.
Well, look at the look right there on Brother A's face, Brother Devon. Boy, this feud has just picked up a notch.
It doesn't get any more physical than this. Team 3D, LAX for the tag titles at Final Resolution.
I've stuck with Chris Sabin because I see a lot of myself in him when I first started.
Jerry Lynn, he's just past his prime. I am the present. And the future? Give me a break. I'm only 24 years old.
A lot of these guys haven't had to live 2 weeks on a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter, sleeping on the entrance ramp of an interstate because you can't afford a hotel. Christopher Daniels, he's another one who should appreciate the chances he's got and try to help out.
I don't need Jerry Lynn to give me respect. I don't need Chris Sabin to give me respect because I have this.
Obviously, that was a complete fluke when I lost the title. I mean, you know, obviously, everyone knows
they
that.
They don't have a respect for the sport. They don't have a respect for other wrestlers. They just think the whole show is about them.
At Final Resolution, at the end of this match, Jerry Lynn and Chris Sabin are going to say that the greatest X Division wrestler, the greatest X Division champion in the history of TNA is now and forever will be the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Up next, the shocking footage from James Mitchell and the Monster Abyss. And still to come, Christian Cage versus Kurt Angle in the main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following footage, shot last night, was provided to TNA's Impact from the man behind the NWA champion Abyss. Let's check out this disturbing video from James Mitchell.
I have invited TNA cameras here to get something set on the record. But once and for all, Abyss, we're going to get this on record. There's not going to be any question. I brought you home. You recognize this, Abyss? Does this look like home to you? Get over here. Sit down. Sit down and listen to me, you idiot. You know what? Does this bring back nasty memories to you? Huh? Did Sting get you out of here? No, I did. And you know the reason you're here tonight, you idiot? Because whatever bond you have with Sting is going to be broken tonight. Once and for all. Or else. You understand me? You know, Christian and Tomko, their little secret they keep talking about, you idiot. They know that much. They know one sentence in a big story. A big story. Does anybody else know the truth besides me? Huh? That's a story the devil himself couldn't write, is it? Huh? Answer me! Answer me! Little story of blood, horror, betrayal, unspeakable, unmentionable sins, unforgivable sins. Straight right now. Do not make me have to come back here. I'll tell you something right now, Abyss. Sting is right about one thing. Right about one thing. You've got a choice to make. And you're gonna make it tonight. Right now. Your little buddy Christian, the extortionist, is right about something too. You can't escape your past. Now you've tried to hide this little secret for 16 years. I've held that secret for 18 months with you, and then you show me no respect by making me look like an idiot in front of Sting? Get something straight. If I have to come back here one more time, Abyss, I promise you, you are, oh, what, you're gonna get...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your feature contest on TNA's Thursday Night Impact. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Tomko, from Tampa, Florida, all the way to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Christian Cage.
We are just seconds away from our Thursday Night Impact main event matchup. Christian Cage with Tomko to face the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. But Don, we've got to refer to that shocking video. Pretty obvious to me that the fight for control of the Monster Abyss has reached a new level, a sickening and disturbing level.
My God, it's hard to describe my feelings. I mean, it's almost like you feel unclean, and you realize now this secret is so horrible that James Mitchell was able to keep control over the monster, but we saw how easy it is for the Monster Abyss to snap to keep this secret in the fold.
January 14 at Final Resolution. Two challengers, two men who both want the same thing, the NWA World's Heavyweight title. They're going about it in two completely different ways. Both Christian Cage and Sting want Abyss's NWA Championship.
Gentlemen.
Wow, check out the big screen. Jim Cornette from TNA Management.
You see, Christian Cage, I'm looking directly at you. You haven't liked any decision I've made since I've been here in TNA, so the smart money is you're not going to like this one either. But you see, the fact of the matter is Tomko has interfered in every single contest that you've been in since he's been here in TNA. Therefore, I've made the decision at Final Resolution in the three-way between you, Christian Cage, Sting, and Abyss, Tomko is going to be barred from ringside. That's my decision, gentlemen. Live with it.
Oh, great call right there by Jim Cornette, as now we can determine a true world champion in Final Resolution.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is the only Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling history. He is Kurt Angle!
In addition to the three-way elimination matchup for the NWA title January 14, it's going to be this man, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Wait a minute, against Samoa Joe, and here comes Joe from behind down the ramp.
He said it wasn't finished, and he meant it as he attacks Kurt Angle from behind. Kurt Angle never saw it coming as Christian Cage looks in shock, and oh, Joe just slams Angle into the steel steps.
Remember what Samoa Joe told Jim Cornette at the top of this Impact broadcast. He said, Kurt Angle, you started something, and I'm going to finish it. Look at these shots from Joe. He's got Angle on the defensive.
Obviously, every attempt to get Samoa Joe to leave the building has failed, and you heard Joe say he would leave it when his business was done. And this is just going crazy right here as the two of them are just going to battle it out. And I don't know what we're going to do about the main event between Angle and Christian right now, as this thing's bigger than the both of them.
Oh, Kurt Angle taking his ring jacket off and wrapping it around the neck of Samoa Joe. He's just choking the life out of him, and Joe going to try and fight back.
Well, he was applying that knee to the back.
Look out.
But Joe,
Look out.
doing?
Hit the table.
Oh, man.
God.
Oh, right over the top on the mic today, as this thing is just got crazy. And now look at this, Joe coming right over here again. And the grin on Christian Cage's face as he realizes that all this does is benefit him.
Oh, you're not kidding. Christian Cage and Tomko, they can sit back and enjoy this. You know Angle didn't enjoy that shot. What a knee right into the midsection from Joe. Joe going to take him again in. Oh, man, shoulder first right into the steel.
I'm telling you, Samoa Joe has got the momentum on his side. He's been thinking about this, plotting it, planning it, and he's just going to perfection with it. And look at it now. He is just absolutely taking Kurt Angle and throws him over the rail into the crowd.
Oh, this rivalry between these two individuals that started out as true competition. It's got personal. It's gotten very personal. We're going to try and restore order. We're going to try and get our main event, Kurt Angle and Christian Cage, when we return. We tried to regain control during the commercial break, but no luck. The battle continues between Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
Here comes Jim Cornette.
Security, if those two guys want to fight that bad, all I want you to do is protect the fans. Otherwise, let them fight.
Yeah! That's the only decision you can make right here, as there's no way you're going to stop these two. And the only thing that I'm afraid of is that these two guys are going to kill each other before Final Resolution on January the 14th.
Oh, I just love the mentality. I love the mindset of Jim Cornette. He said two things: protect the fans and let them fight. Turn them loose. Look out, going outside the impact zone. Oh, let's get a camera outside to follow that action.
You can see right now the confusion going on with Christian Cage and Tomko as they're saying, hey, we're going to the back, and Jim Cornette can't stop them. This is bigger than both of them right now. And oh my gosh, Samoa Joe is on a rampage as he is dominating Kurt Angle right here.
Did you see how he flung Angle right into the steel guardrail, and then Angle comes back, steel chair shots to the back of Samoa Joe.
You gotta wonder if the injury that Samoa Joe had last week, if that's gonna hinder him here at this point, and Kurt Angle's gonna take advantage of it. And again, he's using his shirt, choking him right there, and trying to choke the oxygen out of Joe.
The evolution done of the rivalry between these two. We've seen it grow from the competition to the point where it's gotten just so personal Angle between them, and you saw Angle gonna try and put the ankle lock on Joe right there.
Well, Joe fought it off with kicks to the face. Oh, right into the wall, right into the plex. And Samoa Joe, though, has got a hold of a chair. Kurt Angle turns right into it, and he nails him in the gut. What a fight, what a war, what a feud. This thing has gone on from that beginning headbutt that Kurt Angle gave him so many months ago. Oh, man.
First, Joe uses the chair against Angle. Then he just takes him and rams him right up against the wall. Thought he was going to go for the rear naked choke, but now he's just trying to gouge his eyes out.
Oh, there's no rules right here. Biting on the head. Looks like he's biting on the top of the head as he's gouging the eyes. I mean, all he wants to do is inflict pain. All he can think of is inflicting as much pain as he can to the Olympic gold medalist. And you can see Samoa Joe, it's the vengeance in his eyes as he slams him into the door.
Outright fever pitch in this out-of-control brawl between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle, with many of the fans leaving the Impact Zone, Don, to go outside to watch every second of it.
Well, they know that they're witnessing history right here. They know that they're witnessing something so special in the wrestling business. Two guys that hate each other. And he's got the ankle lock in, and you can see Joe screaming in pain.
And Kurt Angle trying to inflict more pain and punishment on the injured leg of Samoa Joe. Oh, Joe going to use the good leg, the free leg, to kick Angle off, at least momentarily.
Oh, man, and you saw Kurt Angle fall, and he just slams him again against that steel door. A third time, and it's just vicious, the force that he's using. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen two people that have this much hatred for each other, and all they want to do is kill each other. This is unreal.
And again, Joe raking and gouging the eyes of Angle, and at the same time, he's positioning Angle. He's moving him down. Where's he going to take him? Down this hallway.
I mean, let's face it. Kurt Angle's had a couple comebacks right there. Oh, as he tries to hit him there with the plywood, and he nails him. Oh, wait a minute, that's metal. Oh, look at this there. They can't even find enough room inside this narrow hallway. But now Kurt Angle has got an advantage as he just slams everything on top of Joe.
This has just turned into a situation, Don, where it's use anything. Anything that's not nailed down has come into play between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle.
You see these two trying to catch their breath, but they know they can only do it for a second. Oh, man, Joe holding off, fighting it, and then throws him into the door and back outside.
Down the hallway and straight through the door, and you're right on the other side of the Impact Zone. What a shot across the back.
I mean, he just took that side and just slammed him in the back. And now, Joe's got a purpose as he picks him up, and what's he going to throw him into next? I mean, what is there to throw him into? Oh, man, right into the wood, the crates, right by the wall.
You're right. Wooden pallets into play, and then Joe charges at him with a clothesline of all things. Now he's going to take Angle around the other side of the building.
Security doing what they were told to do. They're making sure the fans don't get hurt. Oh, again, biting on the top of the head. I don't think I've ever seen Joe this way. I've never seen Joe just such disregard for any human being.
You're not kidding. The brutality and the violence at a new level. Gnawing on the head of Angle. Oh, comes back with a kick right into the gut. There goes Joe right into the table.
Right here in front of the production truck. This thing is going full circle around the Impact Zone outside as he slams him on the table again.
Repeated shots by Angle, taking Joe, driving him face first into the table, and there's an uppercut of all things.
Oh, Kurt Angle able to hit him with those. Wait a minute. That's Don Harris coming in, telling him to get away from the truck. Oh, and then Joe just picks him up and throws it to the table.
Don Harris from security trying to restore order. We're going to try and do it as well and come back and follow up on Joe and Angle.
It's mayhem.
Come on, Kurt, you gotta calm down. This thing's going on too far. I realize that. We just gotta take care of this now. Just calm down.
What a wild, out-of-control situation between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. Impact main event scheduled to be Angle against Christian Cage, but on this personal issue between...
Oh, here they come!
Look out!
Here they come!
Here they come again!
Come over here! You can see I was watching security trying to hold back Joe, but they can't do it!
Security!
They finally broke up the brawl, and the TV truck during the commercial break, they bring in extra security, and it's on again!
Oh, they bring it right here to the table, and now Joe's got Angle, and a chokehold right there! Oh, it's getting so crazy in front of this, we're gonna have to get out of the way!
Listen to me! You guys want to fight that man? You're going to have your chance!
Samoa Joe. Tomko intimidating the timekeeper to ring the bell.
Oh, you can't expect Kurt Angle to have a match. Oh, but he's still got adrenaline going as he catches him with that elbow. And look at that. Maybe in his mind, that's Samoa Joe, and Tomko comes in from behind.
Oh, he caught him with that first German suplex, but you're right. Tomko cuts him off, and now it's Tomko from the mount. Right hand after right hand, and now puts the boots to Angle while Christian Cage holds him in place.
Oh, this just shows you what kind of a person Christian... Wait a minute. What's going on?
Lights out in the impact zone.
It can only mean one man, and there he is, Sting!
And check this out. Sting squares off with Christian Cage, and Angle, one uppercuts for Tomko.
Look right here, you can see Sting's got Christian Cage by the back of the head, throws him out of the ring, and there you see Tomko roll out of the ring as well.
It's the icon Sting. It's the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Together?
Or are they?
Oh, what is this about? And what an impact this has been.
You talk about a 60-minute adrenaline rush. This was the craziest impact that I've ever seen.
Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush.